Welcome to this week's in-season training video. In this video, we bring you part 2 of my conversation with the coaches.
It's communicate. It is, I don't want to say all, but it's almost all about communication. And we can live with good calls, bad calls, no calls, whatever. But it's how you communicate with that coach that matters. Like I said, just the coming over there and saying, I thought I saw it this way. I think I might have missed it. You're golden as a ref.
Being a little guy, you're not big guy. So being a little guy, you go on the road and you play games or whatever the case may be. In the process of having that dialogue, it's tough when the official doesn't even want to hear you, or they're kind of like, "Oh yeah, whatever." I'm like, man, can we have one little conversation? Like, listen, I know I'm here for a bye game. I totally get it, but come on, let's have a little dialogue here.
I think coaches get reputations. They're better recruiters or better coaches. I think sometimes officials, some are better communicators and some are better play callers. And I think we all strive to be great in both.
The level of communication has to be real, and I don't think it's prolonged. I love when when an official says, "Coach, I heard you, I got you, but we got to move on." I love when I hear that. Coach, I heard you, right? Come on.
Another thing I think that of course, the lack of dialogue. I feel like we should be able to talk or whatever the case is. And I think like in situations like I don't like when officials make calls, but if I ask for some clarity, like I don't, I'm not to say that I know every rule in this NCAA book. I'm just asking for like how do you want me to tell my guys I want to we can have the best. And then when you come over there with like a nonchalant, like, well, you should kind of know it.
I wish I was better at giving compliments. Not that officials need to hear it, but the same thing with officials. If somebody tells me they missed a call, I might have missed that one. I'll watch it on film. I'm not going to keep going back there because I respect the humility, and you're not perfect. I'm not perfect.
And I think the best officials come over and say, "Yeah, I missed that one." Now, again, you can't have too many of those, but I think you'll get so much more respect when you admit that you could have missed that or you kicked that one. Oh, yeah, I maybe anticipated that too quick. Let's move on. Okay. I mean, hopefully that don't help that hurt us and move on.
When you, as a ref, when you can go over and say, I think I missed that one, Randy. I can't tell you how far that goes. Like when they're just genuine, because you're not going to get them all. And coaches know that. And I think when you say that as a ref, most coaches will just say, all right, I got you. I got you. Don't worry about it.
I'm just telling you, I'm not very good at working officials. Like I wish there was a rule. Officials couldn't hear us and we couldn't talk to them. I honestly do. Because they have the toughest job, and then ours is the second toughest job, and I can't do two jobs well. So I would rather just focus on our team. And whenever I try to officiate, I know I don't coach as well. So every game, our staff's like, coach our team, coach our team. I want to do that. I got to get better at that. But if you would know, if you bring something to me and I don't tell our team in a huddle, then it's on me. And it's the same thing. Like if I bring something up to like officials, like hopefully they talk at a timeout or when they get a chance to huddle in a dead ball area and just make those fair. You know what I mean?
I'm more of from the school of coach your team and not coach the officials. like,
Yeah.
like I don't want to talk to the officials every time down. Like, we could talk or whatever the case may be. If you see a play, I really like when guys come over and they'll say, "Hey, coach, watch number 12. They're doing this, that, and in the post. If he keeps doing it and it's in a timeout, say it's a timeout. I'm giving him a call. Like I'm gonna call a foul on him, and I appreciate it. Now I can go into the huddle and how we need to clean up, what we need to clean up or whatever the case may be. But being able to have that open communication with an official when he's like, "Hey, your guy's talking too much, coach. You might want to get him before I get him." I appreciate it. Like, let me try to figure it out because the last thing we want to do is get an unnecessary, tech or something like that. And just having some dialogue, whether it's in November or whether it's in March.
I don't know I don't ever feel like it's personal with officials. I don't. I don't.
Not like a carryover, like the next time you see, now here comes Rastatter again. I just had him 2 weeks. He's going to carry a grudge.
If I feel something in the game, I'm going to ask you, yo, dog, we good? Let's move forward. I mean,
Would you like the referee to do that with you? Say, hey, Ed, I know we had that thing 2 weeks ago.
It's funny you asked. This is the God's honest truth. I had an official in an NCAA game come to me 8 years later and say, are we good? 8 years later, one of the best officials in the country, wasn't primary to the Big East. I'm like, this guy, I said, man, I've been good, but I appreciate you bringing that. Wow. I can't believe you remember that. He goes, I thought about it until the day I got you again. I'm like, to me, that's character. That's heavy character. Like, okay, my man. But I mean, I was good to be. I mean, game's over. Game over.
Yeah.
And I think we got to move past that.
And I have had officials do that with me. Like they'll come up and say, listen, I didn't like the way that went. Whether they say I screwed it up or not, that's all it takes. You can stop right there. Just the walk over and say, hey, I didn't like how that last one went. I had you a couple weeks ago, And I know what I would do when I hear that. I'm like, we're good. Do a good job tonight. Don't worry about it. Which it could happen in the course of a game as well. Like they duffed one up at halftime and they realize it at halftime. You guys review your calls, do whatever you do, have your meetings. And they come out the second half and say, you know what? I missed that one first half. It goes miles for a coach. If the coach just hangs on that and keeps bringing it up, then that's on him.
Thanks for watching this week's video. I hope the series was informative and helpful. As I have said many times before, we are all in this together. It is my belief the more we understand and appreciate the game from another's perspective, the better and more effective we will be at our jobs. Thanks for all you do for the game and your continuing efforts to be the best you can be. Until next time, stay healthy and finish strong.